Welcome to another episode of Modern Black Man Podcast. It's Freaky Friday, and I am joined by the beautiful Siren.
Hello.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, no, I can hear you good. You had paused.
Yeah. I was just thanking you for making the time and letting them know it's Freaky Friday. I wanna talk about something that appeals to hopefully the freak in all of us. We're gonna talk about do-it-yourself porn, how to make quality videos at home. Not all of us have a lot of equipment, but I think that you can make do with what we have. So I'm going to talk to you about that, and maybe we can exchange some tips and tricks, and we can get some good quality content.
Yeah,
absolutely. Have you ever made a video before?
I've made tons. I made tons of them. First of all, for business purposes, because at one point I had OnlyFans, and then I still occasionally sell my content because extra money. But I just watch them because I'm vain. I like to watch myself later.
I think it's a great way to bond when you have a partner, especially if you're like in a committed relationship, because it can get, I don't want to say boring, because I think that's how I describe myself, but it can get monotonous. It can get mundane. It can be the same thing over and over again, right? So spicing it up could be making some good content. And I'm going to keep it a buck with you, right? If I'm with someone in a relationship, I'm committed, and I'm not able to see that person, I think it keeps you faithful. It's I try not to watch everybody's porn, right? I'm quite particular. So I think that really having maybe a genre or a style of your own is key. How would you describe your style or your genre? I'm curious.
For my own personal self.
Yeah, for you.
I like to try everything. I'm not gonna lie, but my favorite thing to record, and like I said, I like to just watch myself, is the cream pie.
Okay, women are into that.
Oh, it's so hot just watching it come back home. Oh, it just makes me joyous. So then later on, I'm by myself. I like to just go back and watch it, and I just like that little part right there. Oh, and squirting videos. Top tier.
Do you squirt?
Yes.
Okay. You know that there are chemicals, and oxytocin being chief among them, if you like the cream pie. That's might be part of why you enjoy that. That's the same chemical that's released when we do cocaine. The feel-good chemical. That's some of the hormonal chemical that's in a man's secret sauce. So that might be part of it. But aside from that, visually, it's hot, and it reminds you of that orgasm. So the squirting.
Hold on one second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh no, I'm gonna say somebody was saying on my IG live that they couldn't hear me. That's why I was checking, like, oh shoot, can you hear me? Because I never get to go. I've been banned from my IG live like several times.
Why?
Because I be going buck wild with the close friends.
What? No, I didn't know that. I'm glad that you back then. Let them know why you deserve to be on the platform. Making good content like this might be great for that, because people definitely want to see you. But aside from that, I like to be reminded of my partner and who I'm with. And I think that creating good content at home could be a good way of doing that. So let's talk about it.
That does make a lot of sense. I like you said, the bonding part about it. I like being able later, like, to send the video, like, hey, babe, like, this was a good night, or like, back on it and getting it popping the next time. Like, definitely like you said, it can get very monotonous sometimes in relationships. So it gives you something new to try. It's something exciting.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. I'm gonna say that part I do really think is like top tier and amazing. Plus, like I said, I'm very vain, so I like to just watch it for myself. Like, ooh, you was making them nice faces, girl. You look good.
But that's an important part, though. Do you prepare, like, physically before you know that you're going to be on camera?
Not really. I like to leave it to chance, and sometimes, especially for me, like even when I was trying to do OnlyFans, it was a
Mm-hmm.
point in time when I like had a consistent partner where we would forget to record. Like we would watch something previous and we would forget to record because we were just that excited. So I like I have to like really plan to pull out the because I'm basic, okay. I don't have the GoPro. I use the ring light and the iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I want that close up shot, then F the ring light, we getting close in there. But
Right.
um for me, I'm not really prepared like in the past before I was like selling content, it was always
Mm-hmm.
a random act, like let's record this. Like we were like, oh, let's record it. Like we should watch this later. So I never really plan. I mean, for OF, sometimes if I'm doing solo content, then yes, I would plan that out. Or like if I'm dating somebody and they want to see something, oh my gosh, keep getting calls. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm,
Um,
you good.
if I was dating somebody and I wanted to send them something, I would plan it out because I want to look hot. Like I want to look good, make sure I impress them.
Right.
For things like that, I would plan. But when the little scissors pizza is hot and ready, I'm just going for it. I'm sorry.
So, is the money good on OnlyFans?
Yes. I
Yeah.
don't know about now because it's been over like it's been a little while since I dropped it. But I was kind of sad when I did end up dropping it. I was pretty ticked because I was making some good money.
You voluntarily dropped it, right?
Yeah, yeah. Something occurred and I got kind of like paranoid about doing it.
I understand.
Mhm.
So something I have that I like to use is the automated tracking tripod. Um, this one, I think it's about to spin. It tracks you. It will follow you. I might be out of battery, but this
Wait,
is one of my tripods, and you can have as many tripods as you need or want. And as you see, it's doing a little bit of movement, probably because I have it sideways, but it'll track the motion. So I have a tracking camera because I do a lot of workout videos. So like I'll have a tracking camera that'll follow me, and then I'll have a stationary camera, right? That way you can really get that fully immersive content because when you splice it or dice it, you can get your third angle. I think you called it a POV angle camera from the GoPro. And this one's great because an SD card goes in it. So you can slide the SD card in your computer, and now all your content's kind of in one place, and it makes the whole editing process a lot easier.
also,
Um,
you like to edit yours?
workout videos usually because I told you I don't
Oh,
be.
I'm sorry. I'm like, you
But
like
but I get it though because I told you like as far as broadcasting or as far as recording, I would think the concept would still apply. My sex life is not popping like that. I'm getting it better. I think that we're starting to progress.
We're positive vibes. We're gonna say it's not there yet, but we are working on it.
Yeah, we're getting there. It's developing. It's developing. So maybe eventually, um, I don't know. I would love to have an encounter that was that exciting where we could do all that. But what I was getting to was that you can make it so easy. You can get your SD card video. You can have your iPhone or iPhones tracking it, right? So now
Wow.
you've got digital content that you can upload on iCloud or YouTube or whatever platform you use, and you can even use your computer. So now you got four cameras,
What is
right?
the name of this camera? Because I want it.
Which one?
The tracking one. I need it. I need it.
Yeah, I got this from Amazon. I got the box around here somewhere. But
You need to tell us so we can tap in, so we can
like,
have better.
yeah,
I
this is
mean,
a Jensen, I think. Just Swan. I'll have to get the exact brand. It's from China, and I love it because it just tracks your face. So, like I said, you can have a tracking camera, and if you're like jumping rope or like doing like aerobics, push-ups, calisthenics, it'll follow you. So the camera will track you. So now you got one camera that totally tracks you. You have a stationary camera that'll catch it all. You have a GoPro that gets you the POV, and then you can have like a computer that might be able to catch an angle or a side or whatever like that, and you can edit it all in the same place.
you really
So
high
I
tech.
know for those of us that get down, that would probably be a nice little setup, like a little studio.
Yeah, like
Hmm. And it
wow.
costs like less than $100, for all that stuff. The tripods are like 15, $20. You can get 2 tripods, a tracking camera, um, and what you need, one SD card in your GoPro, and now you got a place where when you're done with the final product, you could even store it on the SD cards. Now you got archives, as well as the ability to get more content recorded. Um, I want to hear how you're doing it with a ring light and an iPhone, because aside from a tripod during the act, how do you how your hands free? Like,
Yeah,
are you?
because you got it on the because so you have it on the tripod of the ring light. Like unless I want to get a close up shot, then I'll move it. Because otherwise, you just stuck with your partner having to record. You better hope they do a decent job. And usually, I hate to say it,
No, I'm not able to concentrate on. That's why I don't like
I
threesomes.
know, and then you'd be so mad afterwards, like you ain't
Yeah,
get the shot. But I mean, I've had some good shots done, so it just depends. I mean, it depends on what you're doing. If you're having a 3-person party, you can just get somebody to record, and then you guys switch off.
that might be the best selling point of a threesome. It's too much work for me. I've never, I can't even enjoy it because I'm so worried about the one person that doesn't feel like they're concentrated on, I guess. But maybe one day.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, that doesn't mean, but I mean, yeah, I've done it like again with another partner. And if we know, like for example, when I was doing OF, if we know that we're trying to get a good shot and record, and then later, like I mean, I don't like I am not technologically advanced, like I say with the podcast. I'm working
yeah,
on it.
yeah,
I used to just edit on iMovie on my phone or on Clips, so it just was like it was way
clips.
yeah, Apple has an app called Clips, so you can just combine videos and shorten them up and get the transitions in there and things like that. So you can just do it on your phone. I keep it really simple because I'm a grandma. I'm a tracking camera. That's why I say I need all the links because I'm gonna start that practice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll definitely make sure I get that for you because the tracking camera, I love it.
Like,
It's
every
so good.
like,
Yeah,
hey,
all the movements. So if you dip into the left, you dip into the right, you slide. So like if you're doing all that, it'll catch up with you. And like I said, it's hands free, so I would think getting down would be that much easier.
yeah, because when you have to hold it or when you have to with the ring light, you got to stay within a certain frame. It
Right.
gets a little bit annoying. That's why I said like nowadays I be just forgetting sometimes. I mean, not nowadays because now I'm boring, a little bit boring now, but
No, no one believes that.
a little
And
bit, a bit. I know.
GoPro has a really good editor. But my thing in making videos longer than a few minutes, it's not good. I think it's called Quick Studio, but it
Okay.
gets it done lickety split. It'll just throw it all together. So if you have a series of content or a series of videos, no, yeah, that could be an easy way to get it done. Um, but this right here, the GoPro, I would think that this is probably used a lot. And I was hoping you were going to tell me how to use it right. Because I
I'm
mean,
a grandma. That's why I said you in the space age compared to me. We got this phone and this tripod, or you got your 2 hands, and we gonna make it work.
I can't, I would be so distracted if I had to try to record like that. So I'm glad I do have the little advantages, but the tripods make a world of difference. Like I said, most of my experience.
How are you right now? Because you got all this cool technological stuff. Like you better put it to use. Like I have. I mean, I've been blessed to get some good shots. Don't get me wrong. Like I mean, I got a shot over the summer about of me outside,
Yeah.
but that was a 2-person effort. So
Right. That was effort, everything coming together. But I know it was hot, and I mean that's what the whole goal is. For me, I think the tripods make that happen, for sure.
but I like what you said. I didn't really think about like in a relationship the bonding. I mean, like I thought about that. Like, yeah, it is fun. Like I love getting to send like, hey babe, like send me that video from yesterday night. And then y'all watching it and gloating, like, dang, look at us. We did that. Like y'all, you pat yourself on the back a little bit, you proud.
High five each other, like, yeah, no.
They're like, we did that. Like, and I don't know, like I'm an exhibitionist. So for me, I like to share, to be honest, even if there was no money involved. Like I'm that kind of person, like with the friend, like, with those friends who are down with that. Like You want to
But
see?
you got rights to brag though, and I think that's a little different because you can enjoy it and you have a good visual product. It's visually pleasing where people would probably want to watch it. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I'm
Um,
just weirdo. I'm gonna say I just like that. I like the idea of it. Oh, we're being like, even like, but even like when I'm like with the clubs and swinger things, it's like, oh, like somebody is watching. Like, oh, like it's just fun. It makes it for me. It makes it all the more high, especially when I'm with those partners who share that same interest. Like we both get off on it. It's like, dang, like
how do you get a woman to be more secure in her, I guess, physical appearance? Because I mean, a lot of women get so, I don't
it
know.
takes
I think they get insecure even
time.
when they look good.
It takes time, to be honest, and it's not even just like you as you as a partner. Yes, you can support that growth, but
Hmm.
it's up to them to do that heavy work. Because I
Okay.
know, like I know being in that, but then as I've gotten older, I'm just more confident. I mean, like it was funny because I was in like a group chat with some young ladies and they want to go to the strip club. And one girl like started flipping out and she's like, oh no, I can't bring my man. He might see someone who looks better than me.
There you
All
go.
and I mean now at my age, and now I don't know how old she was. I'm assuming she was way younger because I'm like now at me being almost 28, it kind of cracked me up because I'm like, you got like that's your concern, like
Right.
where is your self confidence? So encouraging that person to do positive affirmations with themselves, like yes, you can affirm them too, but that is like, so your confidence and self-esteem comes from within you, and it does take work. I feel like a lot of people, men and women, don't realize that we have to continuously build that, and that's continuously.
Do you know what I found is a good exercise to build, I guess, aesthetic self esteem for men and women? Look in the mirror every day and record yourself. Like, uh,
Yeah,
just don't have a shirt on, be naked, be nude, as much as you can, and every day, kind of confront that person.
yep,
Uh, it's so natural how you start looking forward to looking at yourself. You start wanting to see you. And I think all the things you need to do to make that physical self look better falls into place. It flows because I guess the whole expectation, you really get an idea of maybe where you are. I'll say for me, it helped me, just kind of get my physical self together at points before, and probably
some,
need to be
I
doing
say
that more.
one of my followers, and she also has a podcast, I believe, Beanstalk Talk. She just said that she writes her affirmations on her mirror so they can look back at her.
Yeah,
Yes, I see. Think like, and Chubby, I totally agree with you. Like, you have to, like I say, like you can support a partner through that, but that is personal work that has to be done on their part.
what's up, Talk Royalty? Um, Absolutely, it has to be done on your part as an individual, and I think there's a good feeling when you start getting what is it, confirmation from your own affirmations. When you say I look good or my chest looks good, um, the person saying it to you it gives you a new kind of self-esteem. It doesn't make you arrogant, it just gives you a good confirmation, and I think that you can be successful in other areas of life, so that's why I love that one so much.
So can I ask, have you encountered women like that who are scared to do like, record their own
Oh yeah,
because they're not confident in their body, they're not confident in their selves? Have you ever like you've experienced that?
absolutely. I'm probably that person ordinarily, but I've grown out of that recently. But I've definitely met women that because they aren't confident in their bodies. They aren't confident in something in how they look. So that becomes our work in the relationship, right? Because you can't do it for them, but you can support them through it. And just coming together and really being a good partner can get people through that. Luckily, I don't have a partner that struggles with her self esteem like that. She's confident. She knows she looks good. She's just shy, probably, but not doing any of that work. But I do have a question about content. Do you think that there is a time limit or maximum for making your own? Because I
Oh,
I get bored if it's like talking and having all that, like, I guess a script or a dialogue.
I don't think you but okay, so, like, it depends on what you're into, 'cause say, like, you guys are into
Yeah.
role play. So if you guys are both into role play, like, say, like, you the like, the naughty teacher and, like, naughty student. So, I mean, that talking might be something that you guys may wanna go back and watch later when you guys see that you guys are in character. But I think it all is
Yeah.
really dependent on what kind of content that you and your partner like.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I mean, you don't have to shoot again, I'm a firm believer in I support the OnlyFans movement because I don't like going to Pornhub. I don't like going to the websites where it is directed porn. Like, it's boring to me because it doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem genuine. Like, they're not like everything just seems fake. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
we are acting. Like, I want to see some fun. Not only be
Okay.
see some role play, then okay, fine. But there are amateur people doing role play, and I think it just looks more real and more believable. So I don't really think there's a cap on content. I think like sometimes the longer the better.
So would you watch a video if it was 2 hours long?
It depends on how good it is. I mean, I'm a skip around person on a normal basis anyways. But
Yeah.
For my own stuff, like depending on the mood, sometimes I will go back and fully outright watch it.
Yeah.
Like, it just depends on like where I'm at. Like, oh, I remember that time, or like hate to say it, but I could see I'm like it with partners. Excuse me. I have gotten to where I'm vain, so I want to see my face. I may not want to remember it. So I don't usually work with those scripts. No way. I might cut. Sometimes I cut them out anyways.
Exactly. What about that? If it's a facial feature, how do you? What's the best way to lock that in? Like, what is most pleasing with that? Is that something you got to shoot with a cell phone? Is that like a raw footage thing where you want the computer? Is it?
On the cell phone is good because, like, I mean, you got the technological stuff, so you got the GoPro and everything. You can go back and edit your stuff back together. But like for me, like
Yeah.
especially if it's, like with your partner and it's just something organic, I like if they're holding it, like that's kind of hot to me, like them zooming in on your face, like something about just that act in general, like they're getting that good facial view, they're getting that a
Right.
beautiful expression of pleasure. I really think that is a beautiful thing.
I agree with that. I think that that's why the whole amateur thing is taken off, because it's raw humanity, and I think we all connect to that. Like seeing these people that we've never seen before. I think it probably elicits a different kind of pleasure or response in your brain, because remember, like in the you were a baby, but like in the 90s, you saw the same porn stars over and over and over again, right?
Mm.
And it just it wears off so quickly. Now, if you've
Because
ever
already
been,
even now, I see a lot of them occasionally. And don't get me wrong, there are some that I like, like I enjoy and I'm hype. But even them, it's like, for example, I was going through a big issue with Black BDSM and kink. I
mm,
really love King Nior and his wife Queen Jasmine dearly.
tell us more about them.
Huh?
Tell us more about them. About King Noir.
Yeah, King Noor. Have you heard of him? And he has a wife. Her name is Queen Jasmine. I like them a
Mm,
lot. They're really into the lifestyle. They have children. They're very like I really I really enjoyed them just on like not only on the content level, but like the things they speak about and talk about, like them being that alt family and sharing that experience. I really do like them. But when it comes to content wise, I do want to see some other people. I don't want to see them all the time. And I feel like they are the top
yeah.
contenders in Black BDSM and cake. Don't get me wrong, because I feel like I don't want to discredit them, but they are the ones who I have really seen on the forefront put it out there. I
Hmm.
don't want to see them all the time. I hate to say it. I do want to see other faces.
And that's what I'm saying. I get that so much, because I know when I was a young man, you saw the same handful of people over and Pinky,
Yeah.
Cherokee, and Jada Fire. Those are like the only three porn stars we had, kind of in my time. And you just saw them over and over and over again. I've done it so many shows talking about them, but that's what guys remember from back then. We had the same, handful of ones, and I think that it's blowing up now because if you get online or you get caught in that rabbit hole, it's people you've never seen before, and they look better than the professionals.
And that's what it's more organic. Like with the immature, it feels organic. It doesn't feel directed. It doesn't feel. Everything feels natural. I want to see somebody queef. I want to see them fall off the bed. I want to see y'all laugh. Like I because it feels real. Like it doesn't feel like I'm just watching some other people just like putting on a show for me. Like I want to see something that is real, raw, organic. Like
So the whole scripted thing is what needs to go, is what you're saying. Like it
yeah,
needs
I mean,
to
it's just
it needs to
because it
feel
gets
organic.
old. Like sometimes it's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. If I'm looking for something in particular, and I can't find something where someone's role playing that or in that act, but for the most part, I get bored of seeing that. Like it just bores me. It just seems like like it just no. I don't want to see that. Give me something else.
Yeah. So if you were to create content, I think you were saying that you sell it off of OnlyFans, like not on that site, but you sell it in other distributorships or something.
Like I have like if I have like my clientele, like my I still have like my clientele who followed me, and then like
Yeah.
my Instagram, I still have people who knew I did it. So if they reach out to me and want some stuff, and I do have it, unfortunately, I really just have not been shooting content like that anymore.
Yeah.
Life is lifing. Um,
That's a blessing.
and I'll sell it to them personally, but past that, I just no longer promote it. Legal stuff, not with me, just with having a partner because I do like partner content. And I
Yeah.
know I had it, but the partner I was working with was batshit crazy and just
Male or female?
male and threatened to. It was an ex of mine, but long story short, we were making good money. Like I mean, we was like clearing like $500, $600, $700 a month off of this. So I mean, along with working full time, it was a good little extra check. And I remember like,
Yeah.
when we first started, I had asked them like, "Hey, like, want to give you your halves?" And the person declined it. They was like, "Oh no, I'm just here to support you." Well, long story short, later on down the line, was starting to take me to court, and I'm like, either way it goes, I mean, I don't. The court case wouldn't have worked out anyways because
Sure.
you agreed, and I have proof that you agreed to do this. You declined
Hmm.
your money. You're not.
Hmm.
Your face is not in it. So what case do you have? But and I don't know why that rubbed me the wrong way. So I just quit. I was like, I'm not doing this. I don't want to go through that with somebody else.
It felt like liability. I would be the same way. That's how I am personality wise. As soon as you start coming with something funny, you start moving like that.
And
I'm
I
just
was never,
going.
that's what I was like. And I was always fair. I would never, I'm a big person. I don't care what kind of relationship we have. I don't like owing people money. I don't like cheating out of money. So I was definitely willing, like I said, now don't get me wrong, their face was never in it. So that kind of was petty to me. Like, you don't sue me about something your face was never in.
You
My
can
face,
do that.
huh?
You can do that. Someone told me that you can't make content where your face isn't shown because it could be like a child or something like that.
Yeah, you can't, but like since my face was showing, it was okay. But I'm saying for that person, there's no way. And heck, even though like I know, like for example, like I said, if we would have went to court hypothetically, that case probably would have been like thrown out because how are you going to win? You can't even prove like there's no defining factors here that show that this is really you and you consented to this. But
Yeah.
it just always rubbed me the wrong way that somebody would do that. So I just quit. I mean, I would love to come back to it, and I mean, not
Yeah.
even create a content creator. I just really want a platform where we have more BDSM and kink on a black space. I mean, that's still a dream of mine to go back and create that when I find the right people who will want to be in a collective to do that.
Yeah.
But time is just not yet.
So many people are against black porn though.
I don't know why.
A lot of people just they don't like it, and I think it's probably why you feel empowered and want to come into that space because people are critical. They're very, very critical of
Which
it, and
I
I
don't
think
know
it's
why with black people,
unnecessary.
because black people as a collective are very freaky people. They're just in the closet. Most of them
We're
not.
spiritual people.
Yeah, we quote unquote wanna be, but then let's be very real.
Yeah,
A lot of people be freakily Shaniqua, Pastor
but
Jones.
they don't want nobody to know.
Yeah, they don't want nobody to know about it, but they are
Yeah,
secretly. So I mean, especially like I said, for me, like when I look up BDSM and kink, I do occasionally see those black faces, but either they're partnered up with a white partner, and I want to see black on black. I want to see more of that content, and I want to see it more in an amateur light. So I would like if I would ever go back to OnlyFans, that's what I would want to do, but it's just not the time. But I hate that people are so against something that they are doing behind closed doors.
well, I was on your Twitter and I saw your images, which I know you were really excited about, and I liked them. They looked cool, but that's probably the stuff that people are talking about, stuff that people do, but like nobody will openly admit to.
Which
No.
and I don't know why. In the right, like I say, I don't like how society has pushed this to be so. has pushed sex to be so taboo. Because at the end of the day, if you ever looked at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it's on the bottom.
Bottom.
It's on the bottom of food
Yeah.
and water.
Yep.
So excluding our asexual people, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Yeah.
For the rest of us, that is a need. And that's what we enjoy. In the right spaces, around the right ears who are mature enough for those conversations, it is no problem with discussing it. And I don't know why. But society is weird because on one end, it's taboo and it's nasty. But on the other end, oh shoot, my volume keeps messing up. Can you guys hear me now? Oh shoot. On the other end, you know, it's society sexualizes everything. Society sexualizes women so hard.
But you killed it with the Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because those physiological needs, not only are they the bottom, but when we talk about sex or sexuality, it is the encompassment of that pyramid, because it leads all the way up to the top. And I think you're a great example of that, because as you move up, it's that belonging and the connection to others and that actualization of self. And I think that putting all these things together can lead to that.
Can you guys hear me now? I am so sorry. I don't know why my volume keeps cutting out. IG does not want me to talk. But, I really feel like that's important. I'm not saying that everybody has to be loud and proud about everything they do behind closed doors. I definitely feel that. But I don't understand why it is such a
taboo.
Why it is such a taboo thing. And it is a basic experience. It's an experience of pleasure. It's a beautiful thing. It is nothing that we need to hide. And especially even with my images, with my pictures.
Yeah.
I had posted one of them like before they were edited in my close friends. And I will never forget this man who so bad was telling me how he wanted to be a freaking dom, by the way. Was like, oh, that nigga who posed with you, he must be crazy. I'm like, how is he crazy? I said, because this is the most masculine thing I've ever seen. This is a man who knows what he likes and is doing what he enjoys. He's consenting. We had a great time. I mean, why do you feel so challenged? If you're not into it, that's okay. But again, like, it pisses me off with all these vanilla people. They secretly want to be within that community and space, but they shame everything. So no, you're not invited into that community. If you're transphobic, homophobic, you hating like that, you don't need to be no damn dom. You don't need to be coming to a BDSM event. You don't see stuff that though it may not be for you, I can still respect it. As long as, like, I'll tell people, if you're not dealing with children, non-consenting adults, or animals, we all good.
Yeah, you that rings true to me though. Like, I'm not necessarily into that. I don't think that's something I would personally want to experience. But you're so empowering, and I know that that's big for you. I genuinely and authentically know that that's big for you, because I can't perceive that as building masculinity. But you're very right when you say that, because can't nobody tell you shit if you do it.
If you're happy, you
know what I mean?
I mean, like, my parents used to always teach me when I was growing up. They was like, if you're okay with what you're doing and you don't have to be ashamed, because that's what me and a friend were talking about, just like with trans people or gay people, anybody in the world. If I'm not doing something that's inherently wrong, why is it making you uncomfortable? That's a personal problem that you need to go check within yourself. Me outside walking a man in a dog mask is not inherently doing anything wrong.
It's not, but people are uncomfortable with it because it's taboo, and our community demonizes anything that goes outside the lines.
But I recorded an episode last night, and I was saying how, it's so conflicting for personally as a woman, but even and I'm sure being a Black man, you can understand this in diaspora. Growing up as a Black woman, and I've seen it with Black boys just in a different light, which I'll get to.
Mm-hmm.
Black women are always demonized about sex. Your body shape. Oh, girl, she got big thighs. She gonna be out here being fast.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the little boys. Women calling their sons, oh, that's my bae, that's my hubby, that's my man. Oh, he gonna be a flirt. He looking at her butt. Children, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you offended by me, somebody will be offended by me walking a man in a dog mask outside. You're sexualizing kids. That's borderline of pedophilia almost.
You're so right though, and that's where I caught myself, because it was a man, and I was just like, I don't care about this dude, because I was looking at my friend getting what she wanted. Like, you feel me? Like, there, in my eyes, there actually wasn't any sex after I digested the thought.
Because a lot of people negate that with BDSM and kink. It is a mental thing. It is not overtly, like, for example, if you go to a BDSM dungeon, usually most of them don't allow penetration.
That's great. Well,
All of the
yeah,
kinks
and
are
BDSM.
mental. They're mental kinks. They're not these overtly sexual acts. And they,
Yeah.
you know, so I mean, for me, look at the, and it's like it's funny because I have so many people now who are so interested. Like I'm not a pro into that lifestyle at all. I mean,
Sure.
you know, there are my things I enjoy, but I would never consider to be a pro. But it pisses me off with these vanilla like people who have now read 50 Shades of Grey, and now all of a sudden they just want to
They're
just
the expert.
and now they just know everything.
Right.
It's like, but at the same token, you're kink shaming everything that you don't understand, and never say what you want to do.
I think that it really is an evolution thing, and I think that we're coming out of that because, how do I say this?
The black community is a damn lie. Trust me. You think
Well,
about think about how many black people be throwing these little freaky house parties. Then that's been going on for years.
okay, now as you know, I'm a personal trainer, and I was a part of a wealth and a wellness community in DC not too long ago, and that's exactly what be popping off in like DC and Atlanta. You got the personal trainers, the massage therapists, and the strippers all in one place, just ultimately just being vain. You know what I mean? Celebrating black bodies and what is sexy to all of us. So I mean, definitely I see that. But I was gonna say that I don't like watching a lot of Tyler Perry movies or even those like BET movies because there's always an emphasis, right, on all the dudes have to be gay. Just like on Disney now, they say that they want half of their characters to not only be minorities, but gay minorities. And I think it just feels like an attack on traditional uh, heterosexuality.
I
But
There's something I want to share with you. So I follow this and he's a pro dom, okay? He out here doing his
mhm,
thing. His name is Sir Jax. And he made a comment. He said, an underlying issue here is that men have been conditioned to visually compare to others. Competitive nature. So even seeing submission from other men creates a knee-jerk reaction and criticizing the
yes, yes.
I love that.
Absolutely. Our identity, our egos is wrapped around the preservation of our heterosexuality, I think, as black men.
But
And
why?
it's the way we're conditioned in this country since we arrived here. Look at the atrocities committed against us. Like, I don't know how much you know about history, but like the island of Jamaica, that's where they brooded us. That's where
Mm.
the term motherfucker comes from. And I think that's why a lot of black men, especially Caribbean men, are so sensitive to homosexuality because it at one point was in direct odds with our personal safety. They would make us have sex with our mothers. Men would rape us. They would break us. And I have friends
But
that
for
are
me, and
very,
though
very
I
sensitive.
understand that history and I know
Mhm,
it,
mhm.
now when we're faced with people who are consenting adults
Adults.
making their own personal choices, why is it still discomfort? Because the thing that
Yeah.
irritates me with the black community when it comes to especially like, like we talked about this in the Will and Jada thing, or we talk about people being different, is that
Yeah.
we ostracize and isolate those people, but we are always not. Don't get me wrong, because I love a black man, I'm gonna stand by him and support him.
Absolutely. I know
When
you
you
do.
ostracize and push out these other groups and who are within your same group, so when you push out the black gays, you push out the black trans, you push out the black poly people, you push them out. Who is there to support your struggle anymore? Because
You
we
want to hear
can't.
a crazy stat I heard in college one time?
What's that?
They said that if the world was broken down to like 100 people or 10 people, like 7 of those 10 would be gay because it's a spectrum. Because you have those men, especially in our community, that when you're locked up or you have the absence of the black female form, you will have sex with what's around you. And it really upset me at the time. And I hope that it's not true, but I think it feeds into the argument you're making. Who would be left?
I mean, and some people are just like, again, some people are hetero flexible.
Hetero flexible. I you always say that, and I think that's cool. That just because you have sex with a man or do something with a man, that doesn't necessarily make you gay. It kind of blows my mind, and I get where you're coming from on an intellectual level. I celebrate anybody doing what makes them happy, but I had to evolve and not make it about my comfort zone like we tend to do as black men. because I ain't with that stuff. I ain't, you know what I mean? Because I have to protect my heterosexuality because I think that's a lot of our clout in this world as men.
And I got another good comment that was saying, if we're being 100, Black men have only truly felt they are worth what they can provide and how they can fuck. And you know what? And I will say for you all, as being allies and supporters of our Black men, we do need to be better, because I do feel like at the end of the day, though there's always this back and forth gender argument, I do feel like there's wrongs on both sides. And I feel like we have a lot of women who don't support men being emotional, men being vulnerable, men being worth more than what they can just provide, and just
double standards, right?
So we do need to do better at that. I totally agree with that 100%. We do need to be better because we haven't read those spaces. I mean, even for our men who aren't, who are not gay but are allies to our gay brothers and sisters, I don't think, like, I did an episode. My first episode is on pushing P, the P spot. So and I interviewed a hetero cis man who was into that. And, I was asking him about, is it a discomfort for you when you meet new female partners and you have to share that, do you get worried? And he was like, no, I'm confident in myself. I don't care what they say now. And I respected that. I like that he said that. But, I feel for those men who are into that and they're scared to share it, because you have these immature women who hear that and they're going to the girl and like, oh, he gay.
Well, okay, I just did the Bobby Dollar show this week, and we were talking about double standards, and it's very, very true. We perpetuate a lot of them. What's okay for one isn't okay for the next, and I see exactly what you're saying. Like I said, I try to keep my mind open. I think that times are changing. I think that we are evolving, and I think that the next 30 or 40 years in culture is gonna look so different. Like, look at Lil Nas X, Jaden Smith, all these men that are gonna influence our culture. And I think that we've talked about Lil Nas X, but like the first fear that we have is that they're gonna indoctrinate our children, right? But it's what the young people are doing. It's this generation. So
I'm not interrupting you. I have Chubby, he is from the Modern Black Man podcast. I'm going to tag him later so you all can follow him. He's really dope. He has a great podcast. We just do every Friday. We do Freaky Friday.
And we got a good one this week, man. Talking about how to do it yourself. Yeah, I'm motivated. I might get it popping tonight.
That was the original topic at hand. We be having good conversation, which is why I really enjoy collaborating with him. But we were talking about do-it-yourself porn, and Chubby has a GoPro. He got a camera that tracks you. He got everything.
I'm a personal trainer, so I mean, I do workout videos. If you want to check me out, medicinalmoves.com. That's what I do, and I have all the equipment, which is kind of where I was like, yo, like, let's talk about this, because
you have all that equipment. You need to create another OnlyFans. Okay, you can have a Christian one in the morning and then one for the freaks at night.
Man.
Okay, you on your knees praying in the morning, but you're on your knees.
I don't want nobody to see my gal, man. I don't
okay, you know what? You could just be a director. You could rent out. You could have a whole little business, rent out your supplies. Like,
now I might do that, right?
Directed.
You feel me? That I might do that. I'm with that, because I think everybody, we have the tools, and it's not that expensive. Like I said, you can get a couple tripods like $15, $20 a piece. You can get the motion tracking camera for like $30, and I think that's all you really need to really make some great content. And then if you want to go above that, you can get the ring lights. I got the studio lights and all that other stuff.
You got a whole little recording business out here.
Man.
Like, you could be really shooting some stuff out here. You could be like, hey, pull up. You need to record what? Oh, I got you. Like,
that's a good idea. I really should.
And I mean, even for you, in personal use, again, being the star of your own show, later on, a few weeks later, you and Bay click on the TV and y'all watching your own personal movie. So,
right. I told you I'm motivated now. I might have to do something. I appreciate you so much for kind of having the conversation with me. I hope that we can get together next week. I'm trying to think if I might be moving in the next couple of weeks.
Oh. I mean, just let me know. I'll be here. Even if we like record, I was trying to stream today on IG, but for some odd reason, I told you IG don't like me, so I have volume issues. But
Yeah.
Let me know. Even like I know for me, like I'm trying to get more into once I get. So that's why I'm like, please share the camera equipment with me because I need a camera because I don't know about you, but I post on Spotify. Now Spotify and Anchor has a portion where you can add your video, so if people want to watch a video, they can. But it also converts it to audio. So if they're driving a car on to just listen to you, they can.
You said Spotify and Anchor?
The Spotify and Anchor are related. That's where I
Yeah.
started off. That's where I started mine off at. But now my
Me
iPhone
too.
is not keeping up with recording. So
I might look into that for sure because yeah, that video content is where it's at. Just like IG, they want long form content and
IG,
TikTok.
but see, IG for me is just a scary place because IG still has, even though I don't understand why IG now they have the 18 plus thing. So if you convert to a business page, you can make your page 18 plus, which I have mine set at. So oh, congratulations, Sir Jax. He's launching a podcast. But you can set yourself 18 plus, and I have mine set above 18 plus, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
And they still like even when I wanted to boost my promo post for the podcast, and it denied it, saying it was too sexual in nature. And I was like,
I don't know about that. I gotta look into that because I'll be watching the freaks on IG on certain channels, and they be posting some content. They ain't as bad as Twitter though.
Me too. I don't see some stuff on IG, and I'm like, I couldn't post this picture of me walking somebody, but they over here giving back shots.
Bruh, Twitter's worse though. Twitter's worse.
I love
man. I know you do.
That's where you find the good stuff.
But I mean, that's part of what I was thinking about on this topic because on Twitter, bruh, they are better than the studios. Like they be making some real content. I'm like, wow, I see how you get paid on that. I mean, they give it away for free because
they entice you because I be seeing the videos on Twitter. I'm like, she doing what? And I be on OnlyFans and I be pulling out my credit card. I be so disappointed in myself every time. I'm like, dang,
not your credit card. You be pulling out the credit card?
I do because like it was this one, I forgot what her name is, Cream something. And I saw this video of her and I was like, oh, she doing what? Oh, that look good. Oh. So the next thing I know, I was in her Twitter bio. I don't found the link. I'm all on the OnlyFans reading the description. And next thing I know, I was subscribed for like 3-4 months.
Why do you call her DMs a bio? Stop playing.
I would have DM'd her, but she was doing the cream pie action. And I am like obsessed with cream pies. Okay. Yeah. And there's not enough black contemplations of cream pies. So either I watch myself, I go find like, the occasional video, or I find somebody on OnlyFans who is just, doing it. I just think it's so high. It's like, oh my gosh. So I was excited to find her, but yeah, they be catching me every time on Twitter. I had to stop looking at certain content because I'm like, y'all running my money up.
Right. So you got to get back to making content so you can not just afford it, but put it out there for those that are looking for it.
I just need to find I have given up my Dom search. I quit, but if I could find that collective of people who are into that kind of stuff, because again, like I said, I had already said when I get another OnlyFans, it is gonna be some kind of BDSM Black collective. I would love to see that. I just feel like the content needs to be there. Because people are looking, I know there are other black people out there who are really looking for it. Like I said, I love King New York and Queen Jasmine. There are other few out there, but I do want to see some more faces. And I do want to see it on a more amateur level.
Yeah.
One day I'm a manifest on it and see if I can find my kinky tribe, and we're gonna do it because I would just, oh my gosh.
Man, I hope that happens for you soon. And I can't wait till we come back next week. I don't know what we're gonna talk about yet, but I can't thank you enough. I love recording with you, and I can't wait till the next one. You got any projects you're working on? Any social medias you want to drop before we break?
You can find me at Siren SYREN THEE_stallion on Instagram. That's where I'm mostly active at, and Siren on Twitter with a 0. But yeah, all I'm doing right now is just trying to pump up content for the podcast. So I'm recording tonight, like I told you. So I think tonight's episode that I'm not gonna record. I may release it early, but I think it's gonna be very educative, and I'm very excited about my guest. So.
Well, I can't wait to check that one out. Definitely send me a link so I can listen to it.
We're gonna talk about Instagram so I can tag you so people can know where to listen to Modern Black Man podcast. So
Tag me on Instagram.
I will.
For sure, for sure. And until next week, peace.
Peace.